Okay, well, speaking of idealism, because like I said, I respect, I like what you're doing with it, and what you have been doing, like in terms of like the nation. Because I always look at like what you being a writer, a 5% writer. We have a lot of talent. I mean, we were just having a discussion about corporatization of the flag and whatnot.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
Right.
But we do have things that can go in those arenas, right? But but what I find in the 5% is there's a lot of pushback in terms because we're not a rap culture. We don't want to put out music. I mean, we don't want to make this seem like law school is a record label. Right? We don't want to do that. But there is a lot here in which, like, we're sitting on this land, like, and there's a lot that we can actually do with our talent. It's just a matter. So, in your idealism, how do you see that we could actually, utilize all those talents, whether from the writing of creating content, music making, and artistry, all on, what's your idealism of that?
I'm the worst person to ask about money schemes and how to make things. Like,
no, I'm not thinking about money schemes though.
No, and really, throw things out of there. But I think that all I could do is serve as a model for that, because I think that even though I've done so much in hip hop, no one looks at these things and doesn't know I'm a 5%. You know what I mean? And unless they're a hater, no one can look at the things I've done in hip hop and say I was using the flag or using the nation, to propel my work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That would be impossible. You know what I mean? I think that, like any nation, it would be nice if the way that we create and our creative realities were kind of documented together, and people knew how creative we were as the true living gods. Because the main goal, like one of the major goals, life goals that people are supposed to leave my class with, is that they are creators. So a lot of times I say, you have to create something. You have to work on creating, or even if it's a hobby and you don't know or you suck at it, like, you have to try things. You have to try things. That's why I teach writing first, because they're gonna need that. But I want them to write creatively as well and try that. They could fail miserably or just hate it. But as Black and Brown, we're so used to just singing and playing sports as the creative measures that we try. We don't really try other things. So I think as a nation, look, we have Whole Show Improves, where we're showing the talents of what we have. But maybe it needs to be documented and propelled out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and I think as a nation, people get burnt because so many 5%ers that rap. I mean, look at Lord Jamal. Like, no matter how much we got love for Lord Jamal, like we had, if you want to use past tense, ouch. Lord Jamal really there's no way to say it nicely, he misrepresents what we teach. There's no nice way of saying that. When he goes out there and says there's a flat earth, though, with actual no science or no bearing, he didn't redefine a scientific parameter. He just said, white people. He used the eye test. It's just all the mistakes that you would make. So he basically is like, don't do this if you're in the, like, he's the 13th degree, like, and face value to the bone, like.
And capitalism plays a major role in that.
It plays a major role in that, because really all of his endeavors in the podcast world are to try to be a voice in the Black conscious movement. And so what happens when you sell knowledge, like, that's really what is happening to our people on YouTube. You're selling knowledge. You fall under a lot of times where you want to be the one that has the unique knowledge instead of understanding. So you have to have the only knowledge. You can't lose. In their mind, you can't lose if you have the unique knowledge. But we know that there's no such thing as unique knowledge. If we said that the original man is God, that means that the shit is true everywhere, whether you in this nation or not. but they try to have unique bits of knowledge and they stumble. So like, if I'm the first person that proves the earth is flat or bears witness to it, I'm a pioneer in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what the goal is there.
Yeah.
It's a little, it's sad, you know what I'm saying? And I think in the creative world, we have a lot of pioneers with all types of things that we've done. You know what I mean? We still have the best MCs. It's just that, honestly, a lot of them don't. MCs now that use this knowledge, they're more influenced than saying that they're in the nation. You know, so you don't have a degree and it says you teach them civilization, righteousness, plus the knowledge of self. Trust me, a lot of them, because a lot of them I'm teaching, they have civilization and righteousness, but they haven't themselves taken that mantle to say, like, I'm the true and living God.
Right.
And it's always easy to go to make the truthful statement that, I just don't feel like I'm ready, I don't know enough. To make that statement that is truthful, lasts forever. You know what I mean? Right? When we got it though, we knew we weren't ready. And we went out there. And that's a major difference. You know what I'm saying?
INFMEGA did this.